You know, there are some coaches who just change the game forever. They do things that no one's ever done before, or they take programs to new heights, literally changing the way the game is played or the expectations for certain teams. And when you think about all the great coaches we've had over the years, there's probably a few names that come to mind immediately. But today, we're gonna look at 5 coaches who changed the game forever. Now, these coaches were selected based on their impact on the sport, their innovative techniques, and their ability to inspire their players and their teams to achieve greatness. So without further ado, let's get into it. First up, we have Knute Rockne. This guy was a legendary football coach who coached at Notre Dame from 1918 to 1930. During his 12-year tenure, he compiled a record of 105 wins, 12 losses, and 5 ties. That's a winning percentage of 89.6, which is absolutely insane. And during his time at Notre Dame, he led the team to 4 national championships. But that's not even the half of it. Rockne was known for his innovative coaching techniques and his ability to connect with his players. He was one of the first coaches to use a motion offense, which is still used in football today. And he was also one of the first coaches to understand the importance of player safety. He developed the forward pass in football and popularized the use of the helmet and the blocking sled. Now, he might be long gone, but his legacy lives on in the way that football is played today. Next up, we have John Wooden. Now, if you know anything about basketball, then you've definitely heard of John Wooden. This man was a legendary coach who won an incredible 884 games during his career at Indiana State and UCLA. But what really made him stand out was his impact on his players both on and off the court. Wooden was known for his calm and steady demeanor, as well as his ability to motivate his players and instill in them a sense of discipline and teamwork. He was also a pioneer in terms of training techniques, and he was one of the first coaches to emphasize the importance of conditioning and weight training. Now, although his teams won a staggering 10 NCAA championships, his true legacy lies in the countless players he coached who went on to become successful not only in basketball, but in life as well. Moving on, we have Red Sanders. Now, Red Sanders was a legendary track coach who coached at UCLA. From 1948 to 1978, during his 30-year tenure, he coached 18 Olympic champions and 51 athletes who set world records. But what really made him stand out was his ability to connect with his athletes on a personal level. Sanders was known for his gruff exterior, but underneath that tough exterior was a man who genuinely cared about his athletes and wanted them to succeed. He understood that the key to success was not just about physical training, but also about mental toughness and discipline. And he pushed his athletes to be their best both on and off the track. Now, his legacy lives on in the numerous athletes he coached who went on to become some of the greatest names in track and field history. Next up, we have Don Shula. Now, Don Shula is a name that will forever be enshrined in NFL history. This man was a legendary coach who won more games than any other coach in NFL history. He also coached the only perfect season in NFL history. But what really made him stand out was his ability to connect with his players and his commitment to excellence. Shula was known for his attention to detail and his ability to motivate his players to perform at their best. He was also a pioneer in terms of training techniques, and he was one of the first coaches to emphasize the importance of nutrition and conditioning. Now, although he retired over 20 years ago, his legacy lives on in the numerous players he coached who went on to become some of the greatest names in NFL history. Last but certainly not least, we have Pat Summitt. Now, Pat Summitt was a legendary women's basketball coach who won an incredible 823 games during her career at Tennessee. But what really made her stand out was her impact on her players and her commitment to breaking down gender barriers in coaching. Summitt was known for her fiery personality and her ability to push her players to be their best. She was also a pioneer in terms of training techniques, as she was one of the first coaches to emphasize the importance of strength training and conditioning for women's basketball players. Now, although she passed away in 2016, her legacy lives on in the numerous players she coached who went on to become successful not only in basketball, but in life as well. So there you have it, folks. 5 legendary coaches who changed the game forever. I know there are plenty of other coaches who could have made this list, so feel free to share your thoughts, and until next time, thanks for watching.